Welcome back, everybody's Draft Nights. It's your boy Freddy, and we have another reaction video for you. We got Curtis 50 Cent Jackson and his son Marques Jackson. He's saying that he used to get $6,700 a month for child support from his dad, and how that wasn't enough. Are you for real? We're gonna talk about it. Let's go.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know.
Alright, so before we press play, this DJ Academics channel, over down here it says King Academics. In the description down below, I'm going to leave a link to all the videos that I pop up here to further explain to you their relationship, Marques Jackson and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's relationship, and how his son is, everything his son is saying about him. So let's begin. We're going to begin at the 58 second mark.
Okay. And I can't buy stocks?
Wait. I want to make sure I can.
It's $6,700 a month.
Okay. And I can't buy stocks?
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Right.
$6,700 a month, right? $6,700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Oh, I've done the math.
Let's do the math. Let's do the math, right? Let's do the math. Let's do the math. Right, 6,700. Okay. Times that by 12. It's 12 months in a year. It's $80,400 tax free. $6,700 per month, tax free, going straight into your bank account, kid. You don't have to work an hour. You don't have to work a minute. Easy money for you. Easy money. Matter of fact, let's break it down to $6,700 per week. All right, 4 weeks in a month. That is $1,675 per week. You're making most then, so let me go back. You're making more money from child support than most Americans are making and working 60 to 70 hours a week at their current job. Let's look at wages. How many Americans make $80,000 a year? Right here. 12% of Americans, 12% of Americans make over $75,000 a year. 12%. And you don't even work. You don't even do nothing. You just gotta be his son for 18 years. That's it. And you're crying about that? You crying about $6,700 a month? Can you say privileged?
In child support, bro. I went to jail for it. So I said, so
okay, cool. $6,700 a month, right?
$6,700 a month, right?
You're talking about a four lister. Hold on, wait, listen. You're talking about somebody that has problems with everybody. You can't just live in any neighborhood.
You could
81K is not a substantial lot of money.
It's more than a lot of people make. It's more than a lot of people make in a year, dogs.
You can't just live anywhere.
And if he's contributing,
yeah, you can live any way you want to, bro. Nobody's paying $2,000. Like, that's where you gonna live, right? Let's just say it's just you and your mom, right? Let's say your mom doesn't have any more kids. So you just, maximum you gonna need is just a 2-bedroom, right? One for you and one for her, right? What's a 2-bedroom in New York? Even if you could live anywhere. Your father has enough money to fly you out whenever he wants to see you. Anywhere. So you telling me a 2-bedroom? I mean, probably right now a 2-bedroom is like $2,000 a month, but that still leaves $4,700 a month. That still leaves just your rent or your mortgage is your biggest bills. Are usually your biggest bills. You telling me you can't live off $4,700 in a month, bro? Sounds like you have money issues, but you are the issue for your money, actually.
6,700. That means your mom's got the other half.
Yep.
It ain't just for him to take care of you. She got to take care of you.
This
700.
is the
Where's
point.
her 6,700 to go with it?
It's $6,700 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can't buy.
Right.
Now y'all got 12,
Oh
1,300.
my
Now
God.
13,000 a month.
Oh my. See, hold on. Yo,
Oh my what? Oh my what? What you gotta say? Oh my what, bro? What are you talking about?
choke. This is where you can. This is where it goes down a bad path, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Okay.
Yo, bro,
I'm listening.
6,700. If I told you right now, right, you gotta start your life over right now with
Okay.
6,700 a month
Yep.
to rebuild your life.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Yeah. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday. What are you talking about? Yes, 67. Yes. $6,700 a month. We already established that's $1,675 per week. Yes, easily. Yes, I can start my life over and be A-okay, bro. And I ain't gotta work. Crazy, bro. Crazy.
6,700, I guess.
Huh?
You have nothing.
6,700, yes, I can.
Let's keep playing it.
You have nothing.
6,700.
You have nothing. You get $6,700 a month. You have nothing. I don't think he knows what nothing is. I don't think he knows what nothing is. That's wild, bro. 67. There's so many people right now not making that much. There's so many families out there right now not even making that much. And he's saying that's nothing.
Yes, I can. I'm from the
have
I'm from either or budget.
nothing.
6,700. I'm good.
That's what I'm
a
saying.
month.
Everybody's almost 90% of Americans are good, bro. 90% of Americans are good.
Nigga.
Stop comparing it
Yes.
to yourself.
Stop comparing it to yourself. Oh my god, this kid is freaking hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Oh my god, bro. $6,700 a month. And that's nothing. Alright, let's go to this next thing.
If I'm $1 million nigga,
Uh-huh.
yeah, my son gonna be $1 million nigga.
Okay.
I'm $1 billion nigga.
Uh-huh.
My son gonna be $1 billion nigga.
Sometimes when you've been hurt a lot and you've done your share of the hurting.
So that was 50 Cent's kid, obviously Marcus, right? And now you're hearing 50 Cent explain the beef he has with his son. Check this out. This is also uploaded by Cam to Fuego Beats. I'm gonna leave the links to all the videos that I posted up here on the description down below. So leave a like and share button. Click the share buttons for these guys, and for you guys to check them out. Tell them that I sent you, and yeah, keep the information going.
Too, it feels best to walk away. I came extremely close not long ago after I unexpectedly bumped into Marquise at my jeweler's store in Manhattan. I didn't even know he was in the city at the time, so I was shocked to see him.
He didn't know he was in the city at the time. It's kind of weird because then Marquise say in New York, right? 50's jewelry stores in New York. So where were you, bro?
Tried to start a conversation, but he immediately accused me of having him followed. I told him that was crazy, but things only went downhill from there. The energy between us was terrible. Marquise even said, "What, I'm supposed to be afraid of you?" That really messed my head up. This was my firstborn son, my own flesh and blood, and we couldn't even speak to each other, let alone hug and laugh at an unexpected encounter. Finally, without a word, Marquise basically fled the store, leaving me dumbfounded. A couple of my guys went down to the street and tried to catch up with Marquise and say, "Why are you bugging? This is your father. Come talk to him." But Marquise had already disappeared. He didn't want to be found. I couldn't even follow them into the street. My mind was fuzzy and I couldn't think straight. I had to take several minutes to compose myself. Entitlement creates resentment. There have been a lot of disappointing moments in my relationship with Marquise over the past few years, but the lowest was when I saw him post a picture of himself with Kyle McCray.
Look at this, bro. Look at this. This is Marquise right here. Who is this? Who is this? 50's about to explain.
The son of Kenneth Supreme McCray. Without rehashing too much bad history, Kenneth...
Let's go back a little bit. I'm gonna slow this down for you. Normal.
But the lowest was when I saw him post a picture of himself with Kyle McCray.
Kyle McGriff. Okay?
The son of Kenneth Supreme McCray. Without rehashing too much bad history, Kenneth McGriff was one of the biggest drug dealers in Queens, and the man the authorities believe was behind the attempt on my life.
So, you took a picture with the son of the man who authorities believe try to kill your dad. There it is. Interesting.
So by posing with the
$6,700 wasn't enough, 50. This is what happens, you know. Your son ends up posting pictures up with the son of your killer, your attempted killer.
his son, Marquise was basically co-signing the individual who might have tried to have his father killed. I had known Marquise resented me for a while, but I never imagined he would hate me so much that he'd allow himself to be used as a prop by my enemy. Someone recently sent me a quote from Benjamin. I spent a lot of time searching myself, trying to understand what can make a son forsake his father like that. I've tried to put myself in Marquise's shoes. Just as he doesn't know what it's like to grow up under the circumstances I did, I don't know what it was like to grow up as the son of 50 Cent. Certainly on the surface, he had everything he wanted, but there must have been pressures and insecurities from being my son that I can't identify with. I accept that. I still can't see how those pressures and insecurities would force a child to go against his own father, especially a father who has provided everything for him. As I go over our relationship in my mind, the only answer that I can come up with is that I actually might have done too much for Marquise. How do you make a privileged child feel deprived or angry? I guess by getting him whatever he wants. Like many kids from his generation, Marquise has always been into sneakers. Because he's my son, he couldn't just rock any old sneakers either. If a new pair of Jordans came out, he had to have them right away. If Marquise asked for a pair of Jordans on Monday, his mother would make sure they were on his feet by Tuesday.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Not everybody has that, though, you know? That's nice.
It still didn't make him happy.
Some people had to wait when they're on sale, you know? That's not you. You can't, though. You can't, though. You have to flex, right? $6,700 a month. That's what happens, right?
Instead of being excited to rock his new pair of Jordans, all Marquise could think about was all of the retro Jordans he didn't have. All the different flyaways and colors that weren't in his closet.
Wow. Wow. Instead of being happy for what you got, you're just happy that you didn't get more or others? Or... Interesting. What is that? There's a word for this. There's a word for this.
When he should have felt gratification, all he really felt was disappointment. I could not relate. The kid didn't have a job, but somehow wanted to collect $300 sneakers, and then still felt unhappy when he actually got them? His entire mindset was alien to me. I have to believe his mother was behind his disappointment. He thought he could have every sneaker ever made, even though he hadn't actually earned any of them.
Right.
He's not regular, she would tell me when I asked why he needed another new pair. He's your son. She had already established the pattern that you didn't have to work for something to get it. Marquise was just following her lead. I didn't want that sense of entitlement to become a core part of who he was. I was determined to help him learn that he would actually be much happier when he worked for the things he wanted, that their value would increase exponentially. One day I was driving through Harlem when I noticed that a sneaker store was going out of business on 125th Street.
Okay.
My mind immediately flashed to my son. Marquise loves sneakers. So I pulled over to see if I can grab him a couple of pairs on the cheap. Being naturally inquisitive, I asked the owner why he was going out of business if sneakers were so hot. He explained that he picked the wrong location and never got enough foot traffic to make it work. My mind started clicking. Say, how much do you pay for a pair of Air Force Ones, I asked. About $40, he told me. And how much you sell them for? About $80. That seemed like a pretty solid profit margin to me. What are you gonna do with all these Air Forces now, I asked. I don't know, he said. Probably just stash them in my basement till I figure out my next move. I tell you what, I told him. I'm gonna buy the rest of the inventory from you right now at cost. The guy jumped at my offer. Suddenly, I was the new owner.
Yeah. You just bailed him out. You just bailed him out. Anybody would jump at that.
Of a couple hundred pairs of Nikes. I hatched a plan. Marquise was in Atlanta, where I knew storage space was cheap. I would ship the sneakers down.
Oh, you were in Atlanta. So you wasn't in New York. Is there a specific reason why you was in Atlanta? Were you living down in Atlanta?
Down to him.
I always heard the South was cheap to live. Might be right. I don't know.
Where he could put them in a warehouse. Instead of opening up a brick and mortar shop, which would have taken a lot of investment and depended on foot traffic, he could set up an internet site selling sneakers, what is referred to as direct-to-consumer sales.
Yep.
All it would require would be for him to run the site and maybe hire a friend to manage the warehouse side of things.
That's it. That's what you gotta do.
The idea felt like a winner. As soon as I left the shop, I called up my son. Yo, Marquise, you know how you always been fascinated with shoes? I asked. Well, I just figured out a way you can afford them yourself and start to earn a little money of your own too. I broke down the whole plan for him. I explained how it was a great opportunity that would not only support his passion, but allow him to get a nuts and bolts understanding of how business works. This is a layup, I told him. Not too many stores get to start off with free inventory.
Not too many stores to get to start off with inventory. Not too many people have a father that's in business that knows how everything works and will, if he sees you put into the work and he's an investor, and you need somebody to give you a loan or invest in you, there's your guy. There's no way for you to drop the ball, right? You can't drop the ball.
You could really do something with this. If you're truly passionate about sneakers, this is the time to show it. Marquise said all the right things on the phone, how excited he was and how it sounded like a great opportunity. So I had the shoes shipped down to Atlanta. Then I never heard from him about it again.
You had the ball in your hands. Never heard about it from him again.
Weeks and months passed.
Weeks and months passed, bro.
Finally, one day, his mother called me and announced that she and Marquise been talking.
Been talking about what? Ain't nothing for you to talk or talk. If y'all can talk, y'all can talk. Y'all don't have nothing to say to me, though.
Instead of an online sneaker store, they wanted to open it.
Instead of an online sneaker store. I already sent the sneakers.
A clothing boutique in Atlanta.
Clothing boutique. I just told you not to open a brick and mortar store to sell your stuff online. But you want to open a boutique? A clothing store?
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The plan I envisioned didn't include her. I wanted our son to learn how to be responsible for himself. By injecting herself into the mix, she was just trying to keep him a boy a little longer.
Yeah.
I still wanted Marquise to get some experience, so I said, sure, let me know when you guys want to do something. But of course, their boutique never went anywhere. and the online sneaker shop didn't either. My issue with Marquise wasn't that he wanted all those sneakers. When I was a kid, I wanted sneakers too. The difference is that I was willing, make that determined, to do the work necessary to obtain them. I wouldn't for a second want Marquise to have to resort to the type of work I put in to get my kicks. At the time, I perceived selling drugs as the only viable option in my environment, so I pursued it. Marquise had so many more options in front of him than I ever had. I just needed to see him pick one and put in the work. Sure, Marquise never following up on the sneakers might seem like a small thing, the type of irresponsibility and lack of initiative teenagers and young adults display all the time, but it was a huge disappointment to me. Forget about being able to afford his personal sneaker collection. That online store could have ended up making us both a killing.
Yep.
We had that conversation years ago. Since then, online sneaker sites have become incredibly lucrative. Goat.com
I got Goat.
is valued at $550 million.
550 million.
While StockX.com has a $1 billion valuation.
$1 billion. Jesus Christ.
If Marquise had followed through on what we talked about, it could have been included in that conversation. He could be independently rich. Shit, he might be in a position to tell me to go fuck myself with my money if that's what he wanted to do.
But you did it. But you did it. You played yourself. Well, all right, guys. That's it for this episode. Tune in next time for the next one. Peace.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow.